Hi guys. All right, I'm here to talk everything nutrition. So here we are, we're gonna start this 100-day program and I want everybody to feel confident and competent going into here and just like knowing what you're doing and feeling like you have the resources and the tools and the guidance and the support and everything you need. And that being said, I will tell you from my own experience that you have to pay attention to this part. You have to pay attention to the nutrition side because I've done it where I haven't paid attention, or even over the past month where I was just a little loosey-goosey with nutrition. I never waned on my workouts, but I will tell you my weight fluctuated. So it's really important. It's 80% of your results, guys, is based on the nutrition side of it. So if you're coming in here and you're thinking, you can kind of just slide under the radar and just add in workouts and do a little changes, I'm just here to tell you, you're not gonna get the results that you want. So if you really have goals and you wanna get to them as soon as possible, and dive in here. And it doesn't take that much of just learning this a little bit and preparing yourself a little bit so that you are set for a week ahead. And this isn't about having everything perfect. It's not about perfection. You're gonna learn so much and tweak so much as you go, and you're gonna learn so much from me, from the group, from just being part of this community and part of Beachbody, that you will figure out things and how you need to adapt and change as you go. But it's important to jump in here with having a plan. So for those of you who are a little confused, for everybody, so there's new people in here, there's people who are veterans from before. A lot of you have been eating a certain way, or you are familiar with the portion fix or 2B mindset. Some of you have no idea what I'm talking about. And you're like, what's this Morning Meltdown 100 nutrition guide? I don't even understand it. I'm kind of lost. So if that's you, we're gonna cover all of that here. We're gonna clarify it so that you're like, oh, okay, now I get it. So basically, there's 3 plans. I have a whole bunch of notes written down so I can answer all your questions. There's basically 3 plans, but beneath that, there's basically 2. And here it is. So Morning Meltdown 100 comes with this nutrition guide. Oh, I meant to grab my stuff. I don't necessarily know if I need it, and it gives you a bunch of recipes, and it tells you how much to choose from each of the recipes, snack, lunches, breakfast, dinner, whatever, based on your weight and your goals. So that's important. Are you looking to maintain your weight? Or are you looking to lose weight? But I will tell you that beneath that, you have to have this baseline of how to eat for life, because you're not going to eat just by that recipe list for the rest of your life, right? You're probably going to follow it for a week, to be honest. And then you're gonna be like, okay, what else? I need some options. I need some flexibility. I'm on the go, I'm on vacation. I'm not going to be in my kitchen slaving over these recipes. Not that they're all hard, but what basically needs to happen is you need to have a foundation of nutrition or nutrition plan underneath it all. So it's kind of, think of Morning Meltdown 100 book as a cookbook, basically. But behind that, you're gonna choose one way of eating. So you're gonna choose either portion fix method of nutrition or 2B mindset. So, and I don't wanna lose you, and this is very easy. So they're basically, portion fix nutrition plan is the same basically as ultimate portion fix nutrition plan, which is the same as 21-day fix nutrition plan. So right now, if you don't have ultimate portion fix, which is basically an upgraded version that you have to buy of portion fix nutrition, and it takes a deeper dive into nutrition, I'll talk about that in a second, you don't need it. You can go into 21-day fix, go into the program details. I've told you guys this already. The nutrition guide is there, and it walks you through it. It tells you how to do your calculations, and it tells you how many of each containers to eat for each day. And you basically, it's a balanced way of eating macronutrients for you for the entire day. So it has this 40% carbs, 30% protein, 30% healthy fats balance of how you should eat every single day. So it's telling you what you need to eat for your body type and what your goals are, and you go ahead and mix and match where you need to see fit. And that gives you that flexibility. It gives you that just your plan based on whatever is happening in the day. So it's great, and it also keeps you portion controlled. So for those of you who are I eat really healthy all the time, I can't tell you how many of you are I eat really healthy. You might not be eating enough, or you could be eating too much. And I'm telling you from experience too, a jar of peanut butter that lasts only 5 days in this house, that's too much healthy fats. I could eat all the avocado and cheese, because cheese is on the list, and nuts, but those are like really nutrient dense foods. And if I eat too much of them, I'm not going to hit my goals. I'm not going to lose that weight. So you have to be mindful of portions, and the Ultimate Portion Fix, portion control, eating, portion fix method, AKA 21 Day Fix method, is all based on that. So it has basically two principles that make it, how did I write that down? Oh, no, not two, three principles. So portion controlled eating, balanced macros, and eliminating or severely restricting like processed foods. That's portion fix. That's like clean eating in a nutshell. And it's just making sure you're focused on those portions so that you can eat properly for you and not have too much or too little. Because if you eat too little, your metabolism is actually going to slow down too. And we'll get to all this. We're gonna dive into all this even more over the next 100 days. You guys, we're together a long time. So, you know, I'm here to say that I didn't have all the tools. I don't necessarily know everything by any means. I'm working on getting certified in nutrition, and I have had to learn. I've had to be coachable, be teachable. I've had to lean on other people and resources, and just like be open to learning and changing things. And if something wasn't working, then you know what's going on? What do I need to change? You know, am I doing all the things? So I just want you to be open to changing what you need in order to get to your goals. You know, so that was the number one, first method of eating, the Ultimate Portion Fix, portion fixed. I can't even talk today. Portion fix plan, or 21 Day Fix plan. And then the second one is 2B Mindset. So 2B Mindset is also an upgraded nutrition plan that you have to buy into. It's a series of videos, just like Ultimate Portion Fix. I got to go back there and explain something more about that. And it's more of like intuitive eating. So it helps you dive deeper into maybe the emotions and the whys behind eating, which ultimately Ultimate Portion Fix does too, because it makes you understand the why beneath everything. Like if you just go on 21 Day Fix, which I'm not saying anybody has to purchase anything extra right now whatsoever. You've got everything you need, but it's gonna tell you what to eat and how much to eat. It's not gonna tell you the why behind it. It's not gonna tell you where the hidden sugars are. So like you're gonna come out of it understanding, okay, I thought I chose, or I used to think that choosing a healthy brand muffin would be the better option, when in fact, that muffin has more sugar than a bag of M&Ms. So it's helping you understand where your sugars are hidden, how to read labels, how to grocery shop, like the why underneath it all, so that hopefully you have a deeper investment in it and you understand why you're eating and you're gonna stick with this for life. Both of those programs do this. And then we also do all this in my group. So I'm not here to say you have to purchase another nutrition plan. I'm here to say, if you have not already purchased 2B Mindset, and you have access, or Ultimate Portion Fix, then you have access to 21 Day Fix eating plan, which is all you need. All you need, okay? So I don't want to lose you. I don't want you to get confused. You're thinking of Morning Meltdown 100 as a cookbook, and you're going to use some of those recipes, but you're going to pick one. The Portion Fix nutrition plan or 2B Mindset. And 2B Mindset has the principles, like a lot of them overlap, right? Because like healthy living, healthy life, those principles overlapped. It's not like they're totally different, but 2B Mindset basically works on these 4 principles. Veggies most, water first. So drinking like 16 ounces of water before every meal. So we can use that principle, right? We can just make that happen right now because it fills you up. It lubricates your joints. It helps your mind stay clear. It helps your metabolism. It promotes just healthy moving and skin and hair and nail. Like water is essential, and we're going to talk all about that and how much you should be drinking every single day and why you are not going to be letting up on that. So those 2 principles, and then embracing the scale and tracking, which are also important parts of weight loss and just fitness in general. Like you have to take a good look in the mirror. You have to be honest. You have to know where you're at. And I'll tell you that I stepped on the scale yesterday for the first time in a couple months. I knew that number wasn't going to be where I want it to be. I knew it. Like, I don't need that number to tell me that I've gained a few pounds because I wasn't paying attention to my nutrition. But I also was avoiding it. Didn't want to know. But when I finally stepped on it and knew, it was like, okay, there's a freedom here. I own that number now, and I know that it's going to go down. It's not going up. I don't have to be afraid of it going up anymore because I have a plan and I'm moving forward, and that's just it. And so all of this 100 days that we're doing and like this lifestyle that we're building is based on these principles throughout both of these nutrition plans. is just like focusing on water intake, on exercise, on moving our bodies, on tracking our food, paying attention to nutrition and paying attention to it, not just winging it, and positive mindset and like a morning intention setting mindfulness part that's kind of added into this particular group with the Morning Meltdown 100. So that being said, I know that everybody's morning is different. Not everybody's going to be up at 5 a.m. working out. You do not have to whatsoever. And I have third shift people in here. I have people who work 24-hour shifts. I'm not kidding you, in this group. So it's going to be different for everybody, but it's going to be whatever your morning is to you. And it's going to be about changing that morning so that you're focused on nutrition and self-care and self-love and confidence and where you're going, And so when you guys sign that contract, make sure you understand what it means. It's not just signing a piece of paper. It's not just, writing this letter so you can post it. It's about making that commitment to yourself that you are going to finish something that you started. And maybe it means something different to everybody, Maybe it's all about nutrition for you, that you haven't been able to stick to that for forever. Maybe it's about self-care. Maybe you always care about everybody else, but you don't give yourself that attention that you need, or maybe it's just a feeling that you've never felt confident in your skin. Like there's something there, and just dive a little bit deeper because it's going to have more meaning. It's going to help you stick with this and stay with this for longer than even just 100 days, I'm telling you. So you're picking a plan. To Be Mindset, if you have it already, great. If you want it, you can purchase it. You do not have to. Ultimate Portion Fix, if you've bought that upgraded version, so like I said, it's just a deeper dive into the Portion Fix container system. If you want more videos and more of that, you can purchase that. You do not have to. 21-day fix, Portion Fix, nutrition plan is probably where 99% of you are going to land. So I'm going to dive into that right now. But I do know there's at least one To Be Mindset person in here. So I'm not leaving you out, but I'm going to explain to you what my plan is, and hopefully this helps all of you. So, all right, diving into Portion Fixed eating plan. I put a link in our group about blank meal plans. And so what I do is once I go in there and I figure out what bracket I land, I pull out my meal plan. And this is what I do. Like I literally pull out a blank sheet of paper. I have a different one posted in there, but it's the same thing. And it has listed all the containers down here. And I know what my container allotment is for each day. And so what I do is I start off and I put on top of the day of the week things that I have going on. Cheer practice, I'm working that day, I'm going away, I have a meeting or an event or something. And so that way I know that I'm not planning a crazy meal plan for the day that I'm not going to have the time to do it. So I write that out. I make sure that, I'm not having to sit down dinner for the day that we're out at the soccer fields and the gym and we're all over the place. And we're not going to be doing that. We're going to plan something simple, like, prepared grilled chicken in the fridge with salad. And my kids are going to have a chicken sandwich with salad. Like we're going to make it work so that your family doesn't feel deprived, that they don't feel like their whole world is turned upside down, but you have other options for them mixed in there so it works for everybody, And maybe I'll have like a healthy carb for me that was already prepared, like baked sweet potatoes. We have a whole bowl of them in the fridge right now. I know I can just grab them and go. My kids don't necessarily love them, but I can have that healthy carb and then they can have that sandwich, like I said, on the side. So I do the meal plan and I write out basically, I just start with my meals. So you're going to start with, a good tip is to kind of work around a protein. So what are you going to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner around a protein? Are you a person who loves the eggs for breakfast? Or are you a person who is going to drink your Shakeology, which we're going to get into more of that too, for breakfast? Are you somebody who likes to have the same breakfast every day? So good, that's going to be easy for you. You can just write it out the whole week. Or do you need options? Are you somebody that's going to get bored easy and you need those options? But you're going to write out those meals and you're going to it's like a puzzle, and it's going to take you a little bit the first time you sit down and actually write it out. Like, I'm not kidding. It may take you a couple hours, but it will get easier. This nutrition guide is going to be your right hand. Make it an appendage of who you are. Okay. So that you're going to know it. You're going to know how to eat. And I'm telling you, within like a week, you're going to be like, okay, I know how many servings of everything I need every single day. And I know what I've had, and it's going to become so much easier. So just work through it. And it's like a puzzle. All of a sudden I get to where like my dinner, my lunch, and my snack are all filled out, or my breakfast are all filled out, and then I need some snacks. Okay, well now I still have a yellow container and a blue container still left. So maybe I'm gonna pair some roasted vegetables with some goat cheese, or I'm gonna pair some cashews with it with yellow. So a little thing of oatmeal or something. Like I'm gonna make this work. And here's the thing, like keep this simple, you guys. There are so many incredible recipes, and I'm gonna get to those recipes too, where to find some more. But don't overdo it for yourself. Like don't come in here and think you have to have this perfectly planned meal plan. You see these things online, you're like, how the heck do they have all that food planned and prepped? How they have time to cook it? Like don't do that to yourself. Like pick 1 or 2 recipes that you wanna try for the week for dinner. Other than that, make it simple. Grilled chicken, baked potato, sweet potato, or quinoa, and steamed broccoli. You know, you can buy those steamer veggie bags that have nothing added, throw a whole bunch in your fridge, in your freezer. You can have a lot of frozen stuff. And here's the thing too, like don't go and buy a million different vegetables, a million different fruits. Pick like 2 or 3 fresh vegetables and fresh fruits to have for the week, and then mix and match. And maybe you're gonna have the same vegetables for a couple of days in a row, but that's when you know that you're not overdoing it. You're not overbuying things and making this all expensive, and all of a sudden you don't finish those foods that you have in your fridge. Just keep it simple. Roll things into the next day. You know, use leftover, I keep going back to grilled chicken, but we use that a lot. Grilled chicken from dinner, make extra that night so that you have some for the lunch the next day. I do a lot of leftovers for lunch the next day. So that's kind of how I do it. And you're gonna change as you go. You're not gonna be perfect. There's gonna be nights where you're like, I wrote down salmon, but I never even got to the store for that fresh salmon. So looks like we're gonna have to pull out, veggie burgers out of the fridge, or leftover chicken meatballs that we had prepped, 2 days ago. Like you're gonna figure out how to swap it. And it's going to work. You can work this. You can do hard things. Do not overcomplicate this. Keep it as simple as possible, especially with summer right now. Like do not make this crazy complicated plan that you just can't follow. And if you don't have the perfect combination, then you're just like, well, I screwed it up. You didn't screw it up. You can swap, you can make things happen. There are days when I think we're gonna be home for dinner and we end up being out. There are days for lunch, for sure, I think I'm gonna be home, I'm out. But I prepare things ahead of time. So just cut up, like do simple things. Make a batch of oatmeal, stick it in the fridge. I love steel cut oats. Maybe try those if you haven't tried them yet. Cut up veggies, cut up peppers, I portion size them from the container. So the containers are not meant for you to store all your food in. Because say you're gonna be eating 4 greens while you're gone for the day. You only have 1 green container. It's a measuring cup. Think of it as a measuring cup. I dump them into plastic baggies and I put them in the fridge. So I have 5 baggies of red peppers ready to go. Same thing with fruits. I keep fruits that are easy to grab and go too, like peaches, apples, bananas for sure. Bananas only half a banana for a serving, by the way, just so you know. You can overdo it with clean food. So that's where that portion comes into play. And there's a food list. So the food list in 21 Day Fix lists everything from the most nutrient dense to the least. So when you're looking at your foods, don't always be choosing from the bottom. You're gonna come to me in a few weeks and you'll be like, I'm not losing weight. Well, are you eating turkey bacon every day? Are you eating cottage cheese every day? Are you eating ricotta every day? Somebody's coming to my door on a package. Look at it, and if it's all from the bottom of the list, you gotta change it. You gotta choose the healthy lean chicken, the ground turkey, the fish. You gotta have that. You can have stuff from the bottom of the list. It's there. You definitely can have it, but don't be having that every single day. You have to make sure that you are not having cheese every day from the blue section. Switch it up a little bit, but also keep it simple. Okay, hopefully this is helping. Recipes, there's tons of recipes. So there's a free Beachbody nutrition app that you can download, and it might be really great for you guys to check out. It has all the tools in there for 21 Day Fix. You're gonna find the food list in there. You're gonna find recipes. So if you're somebody who needs some recipes for your Shakeology, which I'm gonna get to Shakeology in a minute, that's a great place to start, great resource. And it's also a great tracking device. So we're gonna track in our B100 books, and let me grab them. Oh, hang on one second, I'm gonna grab mine. Where is it? It's downstairs. Yeah, I think it's downstairs. But anyway, I have the Ultimate Portion Fix tracker. You can get this. You don't have to. It can be a great companion to go with your B100 book, but your B100 book can be where you're tracking everything. And you're also tracking how you're feeling. Like you're tracking how you're taking care of yourself, how you're sleeping, how your mind is, how the food's affected you. And guys, it's not gonna take long. It takes you like 5 minutes out of your day. So don't think like, oh my God, I can't add one more thing into my day. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But this Ultimate Portion Fix logbook, similar thing. If you were interested, again, I don't want anybody to feel like they have to go out and get anything, but your B100 book, you can log everything in there, but you can also go in your app and log things throughout your day. So it helps you track your containers. So say you've changed things from what was on your meal plan. What containers do I have left now? What do I have to eat? And yes, you have to eat all your containers. There is such a thing as under eating, and your metabolism knows it, and it's gonna hang on to things in your body. So you have to eat all your containers. That being said, you need to recalculate like there's phases to this group, and it's 20 days each phase. So maybe every 20 days, recalculate where you fall and see if you're in a different bracket. You could possibly be in a different bracket, and then you're gonna have to change your containers in there. So you can track on the Beachbody app, like during the day when you're out, and then you can just record it in your book. And I encourage us all to record it in our books because the answers are there. When you come back and you're like, you know what, I'm not getting to where I need to be, your answers are going to be in your tracker. I promise you, we will go over it and we can find out why. And you have to be honest, and everything counts. Everything that you put in your Shakeology counts. You put a handful of spinach in there, you put a thing of peanut butter, you put almond milk, all of that counts. It's not like all this extra. What doesn't count is the Beachbody Performance line. So the Energize and Recover are like extra bonuses. I'll get to that in a minute too. I'm a little all over the place because I have so much information to pour into you guys, but hopefully this is helping and it's getting you ready, because being prepared is not half the battle. Being prepared is the battle. And the more you prepare and are ready, the easier it's going to be for you to have that game plan and just follow through with it. So that being said, tracking food is important, and I'm doing the same thing. Like I'm telling you, like I said, I went off the rails a little bit in the past 3-4 weeks, and it shows. So I'm going back to tracking. I'm getting this. I got goals, and I'm not gonna stop when the going gets hard. And so that's the other thing, is to think about problems or obstacles that you're gonna face down the road. Do you have a vacation coming up? Do you have a weekend away? Do you have a work outing? Do you have family parties? What are the things that are gonna be obstacles, and how are you going to face them? How are you gonna have a game plan? Maybe that's for you having an extra Shakeology that day when you're at the party and everybody's eating cake, because this is what typically happens, is that everybody comes in hot. They're like so gung-ho for the first week, 2, and then all of a sudden the weekend comes and people are like, okay, let's just go out. I deserve to go out. And then you end up having, more food that weekend because you're like, it's the weekend and I've been so good. Like I deserve this. And then you go out to brunch on Sunday, and then Monday morning you step on that scale and you're like, why did I do that to myself? And you start beating yourself up and you get discouraged and you stop showing up. And I want to beat that to the punch. And I also want to say, if that happens to you, you better get your butt right back in here, because nobody's going to be perfect. It's about progress, not perfection. But if you have slip-ups, I want you right back in here as fast as you can. Okay, so promise me that. All right, recipes. Oh, there's more recipes on that Beachbody Nutrition app. There's recipes in the Beachbody blog site. There's tons of recipes for Shakeology on that nutrition site too, or the nutrition app. You can just go down and look underneath. There's also Beachbody On Demand app. So you have access to your Beachbody On Demand wherever you're accessing it from, Roku, Apple TV, your laptop, wherever you guys are getting it. But there's also an app that you have the same access to everything on from your phone. So if you're going away, if you're going camping, if you're going somewhere up north, because I have family up north where the Wi-Fi is not good, you can download up to 7 workouts on your phone, so they are not gonna get, funny on there. Like they're not gonna skip. That's the word I'm looking for. So you can have that workout and it's gonna be there for you. So I don't want excuses. You can make this work, you guys. Figure it out. You have to figure things out. If you don't understand something, or if you have questions, like dive in here, ask people, ask me, like message me if you're too proud to like do some weird question in the group. The answers are here. The magic is here. I'm telling you, if you dive in, you will see your world change for the better. And not that your world is crappy right now. It's just that it's going to elevate you to this place of confidence, more confidence, happiness, because nutrition, fitness, happiness, like all of that goes hand in hand. Mindset, positivity, all of it. So I'm just telling you guys, to dive in, ask questions, and figure it out. When you became a parent, nobody told you how to parent, you had to figure it out. It's the same thing here. You have to be coachable, teachable, lean in and figure it out, and don't not look at yourself in the mirror because it's too scary. We're right beside you. We are looking in the mirror too, and you're gonna get there. Okay. So questions I'd written down. Oh, timing of food. That doesn't matter necessarily. So a lot of people ask if you should be working out, or you should be eating before you're working out, or not. It's really based on you. So it's based on how you feel. I can't eat before I work out. It doesn't make me feel good. I don't do well with it. But I have friends who need that energy source to power them through their workout, so they need to work out. That being said, I drink Energize like 20 minutes or so before I work out, and it gives me that boost to last longer, to push harder. It just helps me wake up in the morning. Like, I love that. But there are people who will need a half a banana and a teaspoon of peanut butter, and heck yes, you're gonna count that, right? So if you think that's what you need, plan for that on your calendar. Like, don't write out a meal plan just because it matches what I eat or what someone else's eat. What's going to work for you? And if you have to split up your lunches, or your dinners, and have like a couple little small meals instead, that's what you do. If you're not like home to have this big sit down meal, and you're never having a big sit down meal with this is like whole, healthy, good food, but you're not gorging yourself. You're not like saving all your containers for one meal. That's the other thing. Don't eat like 2 meals and just have all your containers at one meal. This is small eating over the course of the day. So you're planning on eating every 2.5, 3 hours. And I don't know where I was going with that. But, the timing of the food. So figure out what you feel like you need. If you're not somebody who can eat beforehand, you don't have to whatsoever. It's based on you. And then also, the one thing though afterward is the magic hour. It's that magic hour. It's like within 60 minutes after working out that you really need to refuel your body. That is when it's like based on the Krebs cycle and very scientific data of how your body rebuilds and refuels in that post-recovery, post-workout hour. It's very important. So that is where you need to put in a good meal. And I'll talk about that too a little bit more. Really just having like a complex carb, a protein, a healthy fat is really perfect in there. Shakeology is the perfect post-workout meal, as is Recover. Not everybody's doing the Beachbody Performance line, so Energize and Recover. But if you are, you're gonna wanna drink your Recover like within 30 minutes of working out. And that's what's going to really help those muscles rebuild and regenerate right then. Like it's very important for you to time that piece of it. And then you should be eating like an hour or so after that for your post-workout meal. Does that make sense? So there's that. And then, tracking we talked about. So you don't have to do this crazy meal prep, guys. I said that before. Like, don't feel like you have to have every single meal 100% all planned out and all organized and stacked in the fridge. If you do that, if you're somebody who needs that, good for you. You do that and you take like a whole afternoon and meal prep and get it all done. But just be prepared. Make sure you have the right foods in the fridge so you have choices so that you can swap out things, so that you know that if something happens, you can grab and go and it's right there, and you have enough of the right foods there. Stock your freezer so that you're not wasting all those fresh fruits and vegetables. Like I said, like have enough, but don't feel like you have to buy all this crazy stuff because you're just gonna waste money and you're gonna be mad and you're gonna be like, this doesn't work, it's so expensive. It's not. I'm actually surprised how little food we actually buy when I follow a meal plan, when I'm just not just like adding things in, just because they look good or I think I'm going to use them. Like, have a plan and see how much you don't need to buy. And once you stock up your pantry, you're going to have quinoa stocked in there, and you're going to have coconut oil stocked, and you're going to have all these things in your freezer. Like, you're going to find that you're not going to have to spend like $200 every week. Like, you're going to be able to to piece in what you need to get through this week. All right, another thing people were asking about, doubling workouts if you need to up your nutrition. So there is a section in Ultimate Portion Fix that talks about picking your container bracket based on how hard you're working out, and anything more than 45 minutes is considered like an intensity or intensive workout, and it gives you a little more food. But and you could do that too, but a lot of you don't have Ultimate Portion Fix. Again, if you want it, I can talk to you more about it and help you get hooked up, or the coach who invited you here can do that. But my question to you, if you're doubling up on workouts, is what's your why behind that? Why are you doing that? Are you doing that just so you can like beat everybody to the finish line? Or are you doing that because you want faster results, better results. And if that's the case, guys, nutrition, nutrition, nutrition. You don't have to kill yourself with these workouts, because maybe you're not going to actually show up the best for them. If you have a double back-to-back workout, maybe you're not going to do as good as you would have had you spaced them out, you know, because that's a long time to work out for an hour, you know. And so there are days that I'm going to do it, yeah, because I'm going to be like, you know what, I'm ready, I need this. But if you're doing that just because you want to like put it down to that 60-day calendar, what's your why? And if you really dive into nutrition, I'm telling you, you'll probably reach that why in a different way, but maybe a more effective way, and a way that you're going to be in this long-term for longevity, for life, for sustainability, not just to like kill yourself for 60 days and then be mad at yourself maybe because you fell off. You know, like just think about that. What's your why? And I'm telling you, nutrition is huge. So do not forget that piece. If you watch this video to here, you're already there. You know that this is important stuff and it's happening. So you guys better get your meal plans out. You better get your little grocery list on the side, what you write down. Do I have that in my house? No, I don't. Put it to your grocery list and go out at least by tomorrow morning, afternoon, and have that stuff in the house, you guys. Being prepared is the battle. Okay. I think we've covered a lot here. Oh, Shakeology. Most everybody's drinking Shakeology in here. There are a couple who said they had it previously or who have a problem with it. It's just something to be considering to stay on long term for sure, because it's just this consistent meal or snack, and you're gonna fit it in as a snack, which it's a great post-workout recovery meal. It's like that balanced, perfect meal for sure in that magic hour. Or if you're gonna have it as a snack. But if you're gonna have it as a meal, you need to add a little bit more to it. It's not enough calories in that Shakeology, but it is loaded with crazy amount of stuff. And if you're gonna be kicking your body and like pounding hard in your body, you better be giving it back fuel and nutrients instead. It needs that. It's not just this like, you don't have everything you need in your fat to break down and burn for what you need. Like, you need those nutrients to power you through and help your body run effectively, just like your car needs gas. Like, you need that. And so don't sell yourself short. You need to replenish yourself with the best high quality foods, and Shakeology really is, because they source it from all over the world and they test. I think they said it was like, I'm not even kidding, there's like 500 tests that each bag goes through for the quality, and they don't back down on that. It's crazy amazing, and they don't have any artificial crap in them whatsoever. And I'm telling you that it has helped my hair, my skin, my nails, my body, my metabolism, my digestion, like everything. Shakeology is a no-brainer for me, and it's definitely a go-to. Some people love Hydrate, and then the new collagen they're adding to their shakes too. Things to think about, but I don't want this video to be about all these things extra you need to have. You don't need anything extra. If you have your Morning Meltdown 100 program, the nutrition guide, if you have Shakeology, amazing. If you have Beachbody Performance, amazing. You have everything you need. You have this group. You're going to do amazing stuff. And so wrap your head around this, guys, if this is happening. Figure out what you need to do. Mindset is everything. Like, everything rises and falls on our mindset. So we're diving in. We're not leaving anybody behind. And I just want you to not take this lightly, but not let it overwhelm you too. Like, there's a perfect blend of it. And I know that this can be miraculous. This can change you. This can give you what you're searching for if you put in what you need. So you get out what you put in, for sure. So step all in here, dive all in here. Let's do this together. We can do hard things, progress over perfection. Any questions, please let me know. Hopefully this cleared a lot up for you guys. And get ready. Day 1, we're coming.